concept came into my mind, and I put it to Becky and to Shanette and so on. It has far, far, far exceeded any expectations that I had. My highlight was really seeing how those boundaries were pushed by young people.
Initially, when we were given the assignment to go look up scarecrows, it was a bit confusing because, for us, we live in South Africa. We are hardly exposed to any scarecrows. The closest thing that we have to a scarecrow is a 2-liter water bottle that we put on the grass to chase away the dogs. But however, we started having a lot of fun as we started doing more research into the history and the making of scarecrows.
Well, I don't know if you said that, but I don't necessarily enjoy creating with my hands. Let me say that. So making stuff is not like, I write and I kind of stick to that. But I did enjoy the childlikeness of just creating without the pressure of it being looking, because it was a scarecrow, so like it's supposed to be ugly. I think me and Nicole met halfway because she's quite creative, and so even teaming up with her was actually a highlight because she was the brilliant mastermind. I just brought the materials. But I did enjoy the power of the arts to connect, the power of the arts for mere enjoyment, but also to provoke thought.
To make this an even more fun experience, the participants decided to add some of their own art forms that they were well versed in. There was acting, music, poems, and even drawing. As much as it was fun looking into the scarecrows, we also had to look into some of our social issues that we face in our day-to-day lives. We looked at some of the negative aspects of our society. Participants from India showed us that there is more to a scarecrow than just it being a scary being. They taught us a very important lesson, which is to never judge a book by its cover. We cannot shy away from the fact that South Africa is a country that is well versed with different cultures and races, as represented by Rachel's Scarecrow. One of the main agendas of the Scarecrow project was to tackle social issues. In this case, we indicated one of the main issues that's been affecting a lot of South Africans, which is gender-based violence. All these scarecrows stood to fight all our social issues and always be a reminder to fight all our problems head on.
I think as I created this, our scarecrow, it was like, oh, this is really what I believe about how we can address gender-based violence. It really is about, or one part of it is about women understanding our worth. Because if I understand my worth and my identity, I will not, and to a certain extent, tolerate being mistreated. If I have any, control over it, So it's like sometimes women stay in abusive relationships because they think they must stay there. So if I understand my identity, and if I teach my young daughters and my nieces and everyone around me that this is who we are as women, even my nephews, I think that will change. So it really, I enjoyed the process of being a child and creating, but also having my thoughts provoked.
So in conclusion, we came to an agreement that we can not only just talk about this and leave it for our next project. That's why we bring to the world our textile women, Tanaka and Deli. Tanaka and Deli were made by some of our junior members of ARROWSA using only recycled material, and this project was heavily inspired by Meg Esquire. Tanaka and Deli are currently at the Durban City Hall foyer where they are on exhibition.
Okay, so we were involved in an online workshop with Meg Esquire, who's from the UK, and introduced the project where she uses old material in creating scarecrows or just any kind of human-sized puppets, if that's the right way of putting it. And so we decided we were going to adopt the same idea and then just link it with our gender-based violence program or theme that we were working on at the time. And then it was introduced to the learners, more particularly the ARROWSA group, which is at Bishai. And then we did a workshop in terms of finding out what do they know about gender-based violence, what is their understanding, what they hope to change, what they hope to introduce, address. And then from the findings of the research and the interviews and just discussions and feedback of the group, we then shortlisted what was important, and then we started working on the figures.
They will stand there and be a reminder to everyone that they stand their ground towards any form of human rights violation.
My highlight of the project was how everyone was so open and honest and vulnerable with what they were sharing, and that really touched my heart. And also how different creative responses led to one of the biggest art forms was storytelling, how everyone shared their stories through their creative responses, and that encourages me to continue to share my story, because not only did I try and impact others, but I was impacted through their stories. And so that encourages me to go and share my stories, because I may be helping someone get over a circumstance that they are facing. So from me to you, continue to share your story, because you may not only just be sharing a story, but you are helping someone get over a circumstance that they are facing. Thank you.